Whew. Wow, loves, what a week. How are you? Let me know how you're doing. I love receiving your guys' feedback and reflection and just what's really happening in the details of your world. So let me know. So I wanted to take a little minute here by the river. I was running some errands and I just felt really called to shoot this video. I knew I was going to shoot it earlier today, and I feel the call to be in my throat chakra more than ever in her full expression, and as well as really honoring my divine masculine aspect and surrendering, understanding the Sir in her, and allowing myself to let go. And so it's been such a beautiful doorway, kind of a preliminary energy coming up to the summer's eclipses and how we are all stepping into higher timelines. And I know that the last few days has been full of spiritual tests and synchronicities and signs and symbols and repetitions for some. And for many, I know that you're feeling that big change is coming through you, is arriving through you and into your life. Those of you that are not waiting, those of you that are not in duality and not in the lack or the without, which is waiting, yet those that are fully in their heart's inspiration, in their alignment, in their passions, in their connected heart and mind, how they're building the bridge between the heart and mind. And I felt really called to do this video because I feel like I need to be offering energy updates on video more often, and to be breaking some things down quickly on video versus just writing such long posts. And so I felt called, I've been feeling called for a while, to do more video. And so I'm also going to be opening up some stuff over the summer. I'm really excited. I just felt called in the moment to just say that. And it has to do with new community that and tools and products. So if you've noticed that I haven't been as available lately, it just means that I'm busy behind closed doors building stuff for you guys that I'm really so excited and so honored to be working with, and I can't wait to release for you guys. With that said, I wanted to connect a little bit on the last Gemini dark moon energy update, because it really is such a doorway between allowing ourselves to not separate the higher and lower. And I know I mentioned that in the energy update, and I just want to break that down, because I feel like in so many ways, you know, there's a lot of times where things get taken away, that there's nothing to hold on to. And I wrote that in the last energy update. I just want to break that down as well. When the ego's fully exhausted, you know, sometimes the miracle happens when everything gets taken away and all we have left is to really honor who we really are and our hearts. And this comes down to coherence. This comes down to mind and body connection. This comes down to opening up our third eye and bringing it through our throat in Christ consciousness. This comes down to alignment. And so I just felt like I wanted to connect on this, because I know over the last 6 months I've shared so much with you guys regarding surrender. And this year has been a lot about regarding surrender. And I feel those that are most struggling with surrender, I just want to speak to that in this video real quick. Let's see what comes up. So I feel that the old paradigm that is crumbling away on our planet is based on the mind, is based on the mental power, is based on separation, if you will. And over this last dark new moon, which is opening up a pretty strong portal this summer, where you guys are going to be seeing this in the flesh, in the physical, especially with all of our Taurus, Uranus energy, as well as Saturn and Pluto retrogrades this summer, is really helping us spiritually mature. And what I mean by that is to come from duality and step into non-duality, to come from the whole, to come from the solution, to not separate the higher and lower, because one is not better than the other. And once we are able to step more into that space where we are choosing, we are slowing down and choosing that there's neither a fortune nor a misfortune, that we are able to choose our healing, that we're able to choose how we creatively imaginate the moment, how we creatively choose the solution, even when we spot ourselves in the lack. And that space of being in the breakdown and still being grateful, practicing that sweet spot of being with whatever just as it is, and still being open and receptive for more. And I feel like this is moving into the heart space, the collective energy. If you've been following my updates, it's moving all of us into, to some degree, into the heart chakra, from where we are seeing from. And so the old paradigm that is based on separation and survival of the fittest and artificial, superficial sex and power and greed, those ways are all dissolving on our planet as our values are shifting into depth. And a new paradigm is really taking hold. So I feel like there's a really powerful message here that I just wanted to speak to, and I'm not going to take much longer. Where can we sit in the dark and hold it? Can we sit in the dark and celebrate? Can we celebrate the dark? It's really powerful. Like, for example, in goddess traditions, black was not associated, the color black was not associated with negativity. The color black was associated with all colors, all frequencies, all textures, all layers of environment, all layers of consciousness. Were basically reflections of the goddess. They were seen, all colors was seen, black was the most magical color. In fact, black was the color of the goddess in ancient times. And so I feel like our ability to really not separate the higher and lower, and to honor the dark just as much as the light, and to not make one less than the other, is really powerful. I feel like it's going to help more in faster soul retrieval meet with the missing part inside of them that has been longing so deep for nurturing and connection. Because it's only when we stop making the shadow wrong, it's only when we stop making our desires, even the desires we think we shouldn't have, wrong, that we can get to the core of them. We can get to the core authentically of who we are and choose. And so what I mean by this doorway, this Gemini new moon, is for so many, they are stepping up. I congratulate you. We are doing it. We are rising together. You're stepping up into a higher frequency, and I see you and I feel you. We are our own healers. We are the way showers. We are the way showers. We are the light workers, the healers. We are our own best healer, best inner child, best lover. And as we are integrating that, we are showing the way. We are holding the torch up for humanity. So I feel like it's you know? It's not enough to just know the truth. We have to live it all the way and bring it into the heart. And the heart energy is not bias. It's multidimensional. Humanity is not separate from your divinity. And so can you hold the pain and still be open for love? That's the message. Can you be grateful for where you're at and still be open to receive so much more? Just like the innocence of a baby. So get back into your childhood mode. Whoever this message is for, it is time to dance. It is time to sing. It is time to play in the little stuff, in the mundane, in the little things right now. Even taking 20 minutes in the morning for some self-care rituals to really step into this. I know we've been talking about this so much, but I'm also speaking to now more of our childlike connections with nature, with our inner nature, with who we really are when we're most playful, when we're most creative and free with that creativity. Because I feel like we're getting the message that we have to trust ourselves more than ever. We have to trust our way forward. We have to clean up how we, our judgments, how we feel about others, our paradigm reflections of ourselves, to release and release and release, and to not keep using excuses to block your inner alignment. Because it's time, love. Why settle for stuff? Why settle for a life? Why settle for practices? Why settle for people? Why settle for jobs that don't fully reflect who you are? It's so important. This is such a sifting time as we come into these eclipses of what is for you, what is not for you. Coming from the inside out, who you truly are. Goodness, you deserve such a love, such a life that clearly speaks to your soul, that is your soul. So if you're in the moment, if you're in the breakdown, if you're in, the fugly shit, just know that I feel you and that I'm with you and that you're going to be okay. This is not a time to go back to sleep. This is a time to be standing deep. Be firm about where you are. It's like the Queen of Cups energy. She always knows where she's at, wherever she is, even in the muck. And she's honoring it. She's honoring the process. It's not always active. Sometimes it's passive. Sometimes it's in our being. In our simple being, there's magic in the moment of the breakdown. So keep that in mind. Do we always have to go to breakdown to find our light? No, but when we're in the duality, there's a choice. There's a choice of stepping into the whole, to stepping into the non-dual, to not go backwards into habits and situations that aren't helping you evolve. To sift through what's truly for you and what's not for you. Sometimes we have to keep reminding ourselves that we're choosing to step forward. So know this, and know that you are so loved, and that we are rising together. We are truly doing this together. You have to move forward with trust, and only give your attention, only give your energy, only charge certain situations that fully resonate with who you are. I absolutely believe in you, and I love you, and I will connect with you here soon. Coming at you here from the stream. Loving the water these days. Alright, loves. We'll connect here very soon. Bye-bye. Oh, by the way, this is Crystal Ariana. I always forget that. I'm gonna start doing that in these videos. Alright, loves. Bye-bye.